Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Knives Fast Channel. It is time for week in review for the 14th of April, 2023 on the Knives Fast Channel. So say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man, Log TV, Choo Choo, Charlie Brown, Gimli, me and you, and let's get started. There are already 10 folks in here. We got NFK 20, Grom, Tim B, channel member and moderator. Hey, Grom. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim S. Mike Curtis, another channel member. Robert Douglas, also channel member. And FK20. I already said that. Hello again, though. Hey, both Tims, Tim B and Tim S. I'm right here, Tim S. I'm right here. Hi. Which monitor am I on today, Tim? Am I on this one or this? I don't know. Let's see. Andrew Hubbard, channel member. Very cool. Good to have you here. Coprolite Steve. Awesome. Good to have you here. Dr. Drew Dude. Coprolite is a member as well. Manny Z. What is going on, my friend? O-Tip. Hey, Douglas. Can't stay long. Oh, man. Well, I hope the PT goes well for you, brother. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad he dropped in as well. Hey, David Helka. But good to see there are 17 in here now. Very good to see each and every one of you. Very thankful that you're here and that you guys actually like and pay attention to what I'm doing here on this channel, because I have a lot of fun doing it. And thankfully, there are people that enjoy consuming it, because that would be bad if you enjoyed it and then nobody watched it. Oh, gosh. Hey, David Tooley, what is going on, my friend? Another channel member, another cool dude. Lots of you in here. Awesome, awesome. David, have you gotten your winnings in from Monday yet? I haven't even looked at the tracking, but hopefully you have. Monday was a lot of fun. We were originally supposed to have Ben from Jack Wolf on, and he was unable to join us, but Backpack B jumped in for a little while, and Ben is supposed to join us sometime during this hour. And as a matter of fact, right as I say that, as I say Ben is supposed to join us, he goes, bam, and just shows up right in the studio. You ready, Ben? Give me a thumbs up if you are, brother. Okay, cool. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is the man of the hour, Ben from Jack Wolf Knives.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Yes, sir. And the reason we say he's the man of the hour is we got these coming up in about an hour. So the Big Bro Jack at 2 p.m. Eastern. This is the Sunset Camo Carbon. Hey, very cool, Bluminati. Thank you for doing that, my friend. Gifted a membership to David Helka. Welcome, David. Awesome. Very cool. There is your Daleka salute, Mr. Bluminati. We hope you're doing well today. Yep, everybody's saying hello, Ben.
It's great to see you guys. I hope everybody's had a productive week. Looking forward to the weekend. I'm freaking tired, man.
I'm just continuing to work straight through. This is about one of my busiest times of year. I almost didn't make it in here because I had work stuff going on right until 1, and then it's like, bam, here I am taking a lunch break here. So, but the next week or so is going to be rough. Oh, and I should say this before I get too far. There will not be a live stream Monday night or next Friday. So sorry about that, but work is kicking my butt. Yeah, look at that, Ben. Which one you got there?
I got them all except Nebula, because mine's still missing in action, and I'm waiting to open a new box, hoping mine turns up.
You lost your Nebula.
Dude, it's the first knife I ever lost, Casey. In my adult life. I'm just trying not to beat myself up over it, you know?
Yeah, understood.
There's worse things, but damn.
I just lose pins and flashlights. I have yet to lose a knife, but now I will that I've said that. So yeah, I don't have, this is a card table basically. Oh, there's wood. There we go. But yeah, so guys, obviously we have a clip point and a sleeve board. Ben, I asked you a question, but I think you were busy one day and I didn't. Is this still considered a boy's knife?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, and can you tell me why?
Well,
because I'm just trying to learn. That's all.
So being a boy's knife, it's going to be smaller. So that 3.5
so
inches
like
closed.
The little bro.
Yeah, the 3.5 inches closed to me is what makes it a boy's knife.
Gotcha.
everything about it is the same as far as the profile, but it's just bigger.
Gotcha.
So I would just call this
So,
you could call this a jackknife, honestly.
right. That's what I heard Knife Thoughts say, that it's a regular jackknife. And I thought that was probably pretty descriptive. But yeah, sleeve board, clip point, larger, as you can see, than the Little Bro, which you guys haven't gotten to see yet, but I'm sure fairly soon you will get to check these out, the Little Bro. This is the Sunset Orange. Been my prediction for today, and I'm always wrong. So don't take any that the Nebula will be first, and I think these will be second, closely followed by the Geckos. But that's just me. I just think the way this one, so a lot of times with the camo carbon, the colors don't pop enough for me. And I think they really did it on this. I mean, plus what I like about it is you've got a little more gray in there than black. And so it ties in with the bolsters and the end cap really well with the gray.
Yeah.
And so I like this one a lot. I think it's super classy looking.
I'm really happy with it. I don't think orange is like on most people's list as a favorite color, but I really like it.
It's not mine.
And like you said, it's tastefully done.
Right.
It's really good balance between the carbon that's got that gray hue and some accents.
Right. So if you look at, and I'm not mocking fat carbon because I love it, but if you look at the like the Arctic Storm fat carbon of this, there's a lot of blue. It's kind of, in if you look at, but this is even a better example. There's the Hoback Quayback button lock. Look at all that blue. It's kind of in your face. And I think if there was that much orange on this, it would be super overpowering. But just having the orange as an accent to the gray and the black, I think is fantastic. I think it looks really, really nice. So very cool. And the Nebula is just, it's the new hot hip thing. And I just think that's going to be the quickest one to go.
It's, I mean, it's been around, but people don't use it a lot is what I realized. And I mentioned this on a different live stream. Like when I first started buying fat carbon, I did not want to use it right away because I was like, damn, like that one is different from all the others and it's really bold. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a take it or leave it kind of thing.
Right. I think the White Storm is kind of in that category for me too.
Yeah. Right. Because it's the white, the white is like a color we don't see a lot. So, but then once I got more comfortable and learned that people really like these carbon fibers on my knives, at least I was like, okay, I think we can roll the dice on this Nebula. And dude, I think it was a good call.
Now I don't know if I don't have it right here because JB Big Red EDC has it right now, but I've got the Quiet Carry 9 with the Nebula fat carbon inlay. And I didn't think I would like it, but when I saw it, I'm like, I got to try this. So I got it in, and on theirs, it's like on yours, it's, a good portion of the knife. On theirs, it's a stripe across a black knife. And I like that a whole lot. But it's a really cool material, but this orange to me, and I guess what I really like is you've got kind of a muted orange and then a blaze orange. I almost like a burnt orange, like a pumpkin,
kind of a muted.
Yeah. It's really interesting to me that you've got kind of two tones of the orange, and the Gecko looks really cool as well.
Yeah, Gecko's got 3 colors in it: blue, green, and yellow.
Okay, I hadn't paid attention to the yellow, but definitely
the green and the yellow are similar. So if you kind of got to look at it to sort of identify that.
That's a cool one too.
Sometimes it really comes together. I don't think I picked a dog this time. I think there's a lot of good choices here for guys.
Now, is that the same as my Little Bro, or is that different? Okay. So if eventually, are these still going to be available in this when they come? You don't know yet. You're not going to tell me.
KC, but
I was just going to say, if you want to have a complete set of a Little Bro and Big Bro that match, maybe you can. But I know you're not going to confirm that, but at least maybe the possibilities out there, but this is the same material.
Correct.
That's on that one. So that's all I was pointing out. I didn't mean to put you in a weird spot, Ben. I'm sorry.
You do it all the time. Don't even worry about it.
I love the gecko, but it's way too U of M colored for this Sparty. I got you. A little Michigan rivalry going.
There's green in there. I don't know what you're talking about. There's green. I guess you're outnumbered because there's no white. But
yep, that's funny. It's definitely got the blue and yellow, but there's green too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Alice, I have not seen that. I'm supposed to have a Ziphius on the way to me, but I haven't seen it yet. And I've got enough knives in right now, so if it waits a while to come, I'm good. I had an explosion unboxing yesterday of 6 knives coming in, and I'm like, holy crud. So I'm good for a few days. I'm colorblind, so I can't really tell anyway, says Tim. Okay.
They're all white storm to you.
They're all white storm. There you go. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Well, for those of you that don't know, Ben is kind of using the little phrase "Jack is back" because kind of took a month off after month. How many months in a row did we go? Did you go? I should say I didn't do anything.
Well, do we count the little bro or not? So we had 2 in a row.
You produced it. It just had to go back because you wanted to make sure they were right. But I'll count it.
It was month 11 that got skipped.
Wow. So that's crazy, and stuff happens. Factory had some issues and had to be pushed. Yeah.
Basically the whole factory got sick for 3 weeks. And when you're running monthly production cycle, you don't have 3 weeks to burn. It's just the bottom line. So it is what it is. I mean, you know what? We miss a month. Big deal. Back on track.
Yep. I agree. Alice, that's cool. That's very cool. Do you have any Pinion Hanks left, Alice? I'm just curious. Very cool, Hank. Mine's upstairs, of course.
Got mine.
He's got his Pinion right there. There you go. I got a few of them sitting over here. I'm still waiting. I know people are going to ask me for an update sometime in this live stream. I'm still waiting for tracking number on the microbursts. They have been all week in a posture of packing everything and getting them ready, and I don't have a tracking number yet. So I wish I had an update for you guys, but I don't. But like I tell you, like I've said 100 times, A, we're still in the window of time that I laid out, and B, I want them to get them right. So whatever it is, the holdup, I haven't been pushing super hard. Just waiting for the tracking number, which should come very soon. So you will have microbursts as soon as I can get them, as soon as I get them, and as soon as I can get them out. So it's nerve-wracking, isn't it, Ben? I don't know how you do it going every month. I have no idea how you do it. But
because I'm a nervous wreck 100% of the time. It's pretty much what it is.
I mean, this is only my second knife, and so my second one to production, I should say. And I've got a third and fourth one in the prototyping process. So I'm just waiting. I feel like I'm the waiter right now. I'm just waiting on everything. And that's just the way it is. So it's fun when you don't have your own manufacturing facility or even a thought of being at that state to do that. But you got to rely on somebody else. It's just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
Yep. And even if you had your own factory, Ben, they could all ended up with COVID for 3 weeks. So
the only thing we're guaranteed is that you're going to have problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you maybe have 2 CNC machines and one of them blows up, or what I can't even imagine in a factory like that. As a guy who works on the technical side of television and radio and knows, literally today I had a conference call on 4 of my 19 radio stations having minor equipment failures and issues that we're working around. And it's, I just can't imagine trying to keep a knife factory that's stamping out blades, doing stuff constantly. I mean, I'm sure they've got whoever your manufacturer is. They're just like the ones I'm using is they've got a bunch of different projects, their own projects, OEM projects. They got stuff going all the time. And I just I can't even fathom what the workflow is like in these places. Very, very crazy.
Yep. Busy for sure.
Hello, Ginger Fisher. What is going on? Anybody else I've missed? Hello as well. Now, Ben, so there are 5 varieties available. There's the one I showed, the sunset orange camo carbon. There's the gecko is that camo carbon as well? Yep. Mm-hmm. The dark matter copper, and she's the nebula fat carbon, and then black. Wait, that is 5. Black micarta. Now, I heard you say this is it for micarta for a while, at least. We're going to carbon fibers for a while here, however long that's going to be. I know some people have pushed back, but I kind of heard a little bit of your explanation on Lefty last night, so I won't make you do all that. But it's a business decision. It wasn't selling as well, and it's a business decision.
Yeah, it's
fair enough. Yeah,
you know, my responsibility is to do the best I can, and inevitably that means making tough decisions that will cause some people to be disappointed. But I do it based on data, and I don't do it based on emotion or knee-jerk reaction. And the analogy I gave yesterday, which I think is still the best way to explain it, is like it's like a sports team, and you've got someone on the team that isn't pulling their weight. And if you have people on the bench who might be able to perform better, sometimes you got to put a guy on the bench and bring someone else in the game to see if that creates the winning formula. So that's what we're doing. We're putting my card on the bench. We're not taking him out back. We're not putting a bullet in his head. We're just putting him on the bench. So we might find a better role for him down the road. You know, we might find that, you know, the game changes and now he's a stud again, you know, but for right now, he's going to go on the bench.
Understood. You got to do it. Oh, Tip, the answer is I have not seen your review of the microburst yet. I need to see that. I'll write myself a note. But I'm glad I was able to get one out to you, brother. That's really cool that you did that. I will definitely go watch it. I will tell you, I have said the next week and a half to 2 weeks are some of my busiest work weeks of the year, but I've already been through about 2 weeks that were very close. So I just haven't had time to be on a lot. I wanted to be on Kevin's stream last night and just was still working late at night. So it is what it is. Got to pay the bills, man.
That's right.
So, but really, really cool. I like the options. Now, these are available at all the, let's see, I'm going to go over here at all the regular dealers at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you guys don't know, on Ben's website, there is a full list of dealers. You can see there's a Latin American dealer. There are 4 in Europe, and there are a pile in the USA. You guys know, again, please don't change who you've been getting them from if you've been getting them, but you guys know I'm an affiliate with Blue Creek Knives. You can't get a discount, but you can use my link down in the description. White Mountain Knives, same thing. Smoky Mountain Knife Works, now you can get free shipping by using SMKW Knives Fast at checkout. But yeah, I mean, there's a full list here. Use whichever one works for you, but there are definitely links in my description that you can use and help the channel, but there are no discounts. Except that free shipping I'm talking about at Blue Creek and at SMKW. So very cool. But yeah, there's a full list. You can't even read that, though. That's terrible. Wish there was a way for me to zoom in on that. Let's see. There we go.
That link is on the left-hand side up at the top, guys, or on the footer of the page. It's down there, too, at the bottom. Should be easy enough to find.
Yep. And don't forget, if you don't get one today, if you're looking for a certain one, don't forget Urban EDC will drop next Wednesday at 3.
Yep.
So they're always sort of that wild card, if your last hope, if you will. Obi-Wan, you're our only hope kind of thing. So if you miss out today on the one you're looking for, check Urban EDC next Wednesday. But you know, some of these, if you pick the smaller shops, of course, you're going to have an easier chance to do it with Ben. You know what I was thinking? It's cool, man, having a month off and getting you back on the channel. I know we missed Monday night, but I'm really happy to have you on, and I'm happy you give me a chance to check these out before they drop. I really am. And, you know, you've turned me into a slip joint guy. Look what you did. You broke me.
It's the best compliment ever. Someone wasn't into slip joints and now they are. It's like
I would say, I think it's fair to say I was not carrying slip joints on a regular basis, and I'm pretty much carrying one on about every day. And you know what I said in my unboxing, I mean my review, which hit yesterday, is this guy with its size, and I'll say the same thing as the Benny's clip, except I think the Benny's clip is actually a little bit bigger. Is that correct?
It's taller.
So
it's bigger, quote unquote bigger, not necessarily longer.
But this is a handful for me as much as any knife. And you get a taller blade with still that very hollow, slicey grind. This is going to cut. You know, my main knife today is the EMP EDC Nimble X in the this is the version 2 with this. Look at this milling, Ben, if you can even see it on my camera.
I see it. Yeah, it looks great.
It's gorgeous. But I mean, again, you get this nice, easy hollow ground slice. But if you look, guys, I mean, you're getting the same thing in a sort of smaller form factor and a very classy knife. So it depends. For me, this is still a secondary because I carry multiple. I carry usually 3 knives in a day, so it ends up being a dropper in my pocket in the slip. But yeah, it's just they're just cool. It's fantastic. And again, I always just brag on the finishing work. You know, there's a seam there between the blade and the back spring, but good luck feeling it. You can't. It's not a thing. And when people ask me about price, I always say materials, fit and finish, and it's that simple, and all the stuff you get with it, of course. But just great knives. I'm really happy for you, man. I knew this is if you'll remember, and I want you to always remember this. I walked up to your table with Kevin and with
DTOM.
I couldn't remember his name for a second. Kyle from DTOM. And we're standing there, we're talking to you, and we all talked, and literally we just talked for a few minutes and we moved on. And literally I got 5 minutes away, and I'm like, guys, I gotta go. And they're like, where are you going? I said, I'm going back to interview that guy. He's gonna move. This guy's gonna be this is a thing that's gonna be a big deal, and I gotta go get some video. And they're like, okay. And so I came back over and I did a video because I'm like, because they were there. I mean, it would have been impossible to do a video with Kevin standing there, but I just knew, I felt like this is something that's going to catch fire because again, you're offering something that, and especially with the fat carbon, but even with the micarta, you were offering something that wasn't really there in the market. And so I think it's super cool. So
I appreciate it, Casey. Yeah, you know what? I have a lot of you guys to thank. That first Blade show, that was a super important moment for me, man. Because it was like, I'm showing everybody what I got going on. I'm trying to do something different. And either guys are going to look at me like I'm crazy and they don't want to have anything to do with me, or they're just not going to give it a passing thought, or like I'm going to get people's attention, you know? And it takes people like you who kind of saw, who's picking up what I was putting down and then using your platform to show people, you know, because like I can only show the people in that room, but dude, I think your YouTube video had a ton of views.
It did. Yeah, that one's up over 15,000 views, and that's one of my most viewed videos.
Right.
And I think you were a huge part of that. And I mean, in truth, you and I both know that was a lightly attended Blade show because of COVID. So I got a lot of views because there were a lot of people that didn't come. But at the same point, it was great that it got out there like that.
Oh, hey, we'll take it, right? Like, you know, and man, that was a really good experience for me. I'll never forget those days there. Like that's burned in my head because that was the first time I really put the whole thing out. Like I'd put pictures and stuff online. That's one thing. But when you're actually getting in front of people and they're sizing you up and actually looking at the stuff, it's like, this is a make it or break it moment right here.
Yep. I totally agree. And I think, you know, when you got a good product, sometimes it's now, again, you and I both know you went through some serious morphing between that, what you had on that table and where we are now. But you know, that just shows the two examples that I use when I tell people kind of about you and what you got going on is, number one, you didn't give up when you hit a bump in the road with Riot and got it going. And the second one is what you did with this little guy, man. You and I talked about this. Matter of fact, I'm just going to zip. I got asked a question this morning about a particular knife from a particular designer, and that is dropping some at the dealers and kind of didn't do customer service the right way. You know, a lot of people would have taken this and said, you know, because you knew you had all the evidence, and the evidence was I had blade wrap. I went over to a booth and had it sharpened. I came back and I haven't had blade wrap since. It got sharpened one time, but that wasn't enough for you.
No,
that wasn't enough for you. And I think that's what people need to hear. You're not just getting a knife and the package and the materials for the price you're getting Ben, and he's going to make sure you're treated right and you get the right thing. And I think that was a pivotal moment for you, not just sending these out and going, well, you had talked briefly about, I got a guy that can sharpen them, but then you were like, nope. So I think that was a huge moment for you.
Yeah. It's like that whole process was challenging, right? It's like, first you need to understand what the problem is. And then you need to sort of think about what your options are, because it's not necessarily black and white. There's just like, what choice are you going to make? Now, to me, it was black and white after I really thought it through, you know? And it's like, after thinking it through, like, this problem is going to be widespread. If like there was something that affected 10 knives or less, right? Like, I can't envision what that would be. Let's say you had a problem that affected like 10 knives or less. It's like, okay, I'm just not going to sell those 10, but I'll sell the other ones because those seem to be fine.
Right.
But in this case, it's like, okay, I got a sample size of how many that went out to the YouTubers that I sold at the show. And then how many complaints have I gotten back? And then I have to make an analysis of how many do I think would be affected by this? And like, you start thinking about that, it's like, the answer is too many.
Yeah.
You know, too many.
Yep.
So,
well, and I think you also took into account the fact that at the show you experienced some of what you and I called mashers.
Yeah.
People that are going to push this blade and follow it down. And your wrap that you experienced on your show models was bigger than what I had, because some people were mashing them pretty hard. So
right. Well, and then
you didn't know what.
Right. You're trying to figure out, like, did that happen because guys are mashing them, which would be maybe a small segment of the overall or design flaw in here. So it's like, you're trying to understand all that, like, while you're at Blade Show. And then while I'm in Pennsylvania at the Great Eastern Cutlery Rendezvous, having like no sleep for 2 weeks, you know? So it was like hard to even, like, there's not a lot of time to think about it and take a step back and really like analyze it. So it was not like an immediate decision. I needed to process everything and then kind of come up with a plan. It's like, okay, how do we communicate this with everyone? How do I explain this to the dealers? What do I do with the units that are in Europe? You know, like, what's it going to cost?
Yeah, good point.
Like, but ultimately I just knew, like, would I want to get this knife with this? I'm like, no, I wouldn't. Would I complain about it? No, I'd probably just sharpen it out. But would I be a little disappointed or irritated? Yep. Yeah, I would. Do I want my customers to be disappointed or irritated? No, no, I don't. You know?
Right. So between you and the manufacturer, did what you learned geometrically from that one help in prep for this one, the bigger one? I mean, since it's a scaled up thing, did you guys have a formula of how to avoid that this time around? Kind of.
So really, the design on the Little Bro was sound. They just did not build to the plan.
Okay.
And we're talking, dude, it was a 0.3 millimeter bust. So like put that into terms of inches, because I know not everybody feels
0.3 is
it's 12 thousandths of an inch.
yeah,
So
12,000.
4 human hairs, like pretty small. The big bro being bigger, there's even more room for forgiveness. And we actually ended up re-engineering the little bro. So yeah.
Cool.
The way I look at it, man, is like it's my job to give you guys the best experience possible, but within the realm of reasonableness. Like if you want everything to be 100% perfect, you'll always be dissatisfied because nothing's 100% perfect. But there is a point where in your heart, am I passing the buck here onto someone to make my life more convenient? if that's what you're doing, it's not a good business decision.
Yep, I understand. Yeah, and Coprolite brings up a good one here. There's been a lot of issues with the Tactical Maverick, and they've not done a really good job with customer service, in my opinion. Again, I get it. They're trying to take care of their own business, but in some cases they haven't. And Steve just decided to deal with the issues himself. Now, does that affect Steve coming back and buying knives from them in the future? You'd have to ask Steve that. But I think it does. I think it goes in the back of your mind as, do I really want to try this again next time and go through? KC is not even listening. Wait a minute. What? I'm listening. What am I not listening to, Scott? I don't know.
No one likes to be burned, and definitely no one likes to be burned twice. And, what I like about a high quality product that's been quality controlled at the factory and then quality controlled by me is that I feel comfortable that there's not going to be a lot of customer service issues.
Right.
Now I do get emails here and there. Oh, mine's not perfectly centered. I don't catch that every time. Or I don't get them very often. I mean, that's usually the only kind of complaints I ever hear is like, I'd like one to be perfectly centered. It's like, cool, dude, let me open up another one of these, take a picture of it, show you what it looks like. If it looks good to you, I'm going to send it to you and send you a label. I'm just going to solve that problem for you.
Right.
Bottom line. And I'm not going to make you pay a dime for shipping. Could I argue and say like, it's centered enough, because like the fact of the matter is to get a perfectly dead center slip joint's really hard. Like if that blade is not 100% pin straight and those washers are not perfectly, ground flat, like there's just about a million things that can throw that off. But it's like, it's a high quality product. I'm sure another one in these boxes is got that 1 degree into the middle that you're looking for.
Yep.
It's like, let me just hook you up, dude.
Yep.
And if like we go through 2 or 3 knives and you're still unhappy, like maybe my product isn't the product for you.
Right. Maybe so. Right. I've got one guy, that on the pinion, I couldn't, I had a hard time getting him satisfied with the same thing you're talking about there. My definition of centered and his must be a little bit different, but same kind of thing. But I took care of it for him. And the good news is the way you're doing it is just exactly like what I'm doing. The knives come in, me and a couple people QC them. And at the end of time, what we're sending out, we feel like those are good to go, ready to go, perfect, as perfect as they can get. And then in the case of the first of the pinions, I ended up with about 40 that I was not satisfied with. And I talked to the manufacturer and we got it straight. They sent me 40 more after the fact, and those went into parts, so it's I sent a lot of it back to them, but you can't send blades back to China is the end of the conversation. So but that's the way I'm going to be. Their QC and my QC were obviously slightly different. And then, if I still had about 8 people that weren't happy with what they got out of now 540 knives, I've got 8 people and I swapped it for them. I got them another one. So, and that's the way it should be done. So
Just take
anyway,
it's pretty straightforward. I think
it
what guys
is.
have a hard time with is sometimes you got to eat it, and
Yep.
you feel like maybe you shouldn't have to eat it, but that's not the point. The point is, what can I do to make you happy?
Right.
Here's your options. I'm willing to eat this shipping and send you another one if that's what's going to make you happy.
Yep.
Right. Because my goal is for you to be a satisfied customer. My goal is not to like maximize profits at every single turn, despite how people feel about it.
I agree. Well, guys, again, don't forget, we're coming up on a little more than 40 minutes from when these are going to drop. And I'm sure Ben's going to have, speaking of dropping, Ben's going to have to drop off of here and get ready and make sure he's got everything ready to monitor everything and be ready for phone calls if anybody has any questions or whatever. But I really appreciate you, man. These are fantastic knives. And I love the fact that you're honoring some really cool traditional looks and patterns. And I think it's, and I think that's why people are so passionate, is because this is a knife that obviously not in fact carbon. This is a knife that somebody could have carried a similar knife to this, 100+ years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that's super cool.
This is a knife that, if like your grandpa or your great grandpa was able to time travel and show up at your house and he's like, hey, you got a pocket knife and you pulled this out, it'd be extremely familiar, but different at the same time.
Right.
Super interested in it, but you pull out some kind of like crazy, like, here, I got this. I love this knife. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but Grandpa'd be like, what the heck is that?
Show Grandpa this thing. He's like, what the hell is that? Is that from, the colony on Mars? The look he's going for, right? Like he's about that sci-fi space look. But for me, and what I like and what I wanted to bring to the table was, yeah, man, the classics.
Yep. Yeah, I can't imagine my dad would be like, what is that?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So it's oh wait, here's the perfect one for that, Ben. This guy, your grandpa, my grandpa would be like, what is that? You're telling me that's a knife?
Is it just a reflection, or is there like a gold swedge on that thing?
No, it's just a reflection.
It's just a reflection. Okay, yeah.
Man, yeah, I mean, it's the manufacturing on this is look at that. It's just stunning. It's not necessarily my style of blade shape, but I can tell you this hollow ground center portion is phenomenal. You just, we just have a little disagreement about the tip. That's all. But it's still a tip. It'll still work. You could use it to scrape. But this milling and just a stunning knife, really is. But you're right. My dad would have a lot more, and my grandfather or whatever would have a lot more in common with this than they would with that.
Right.
They definitely. But again, theirs didn't have a hollow grind, didn't have finishing like this. It definitely didn't have fat carbon scales and titanium frame.
Right.
It's a totally different game, but it's the same thing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you know what? And although the materials are different, the fact of the matter is, when his knife was made in 1925 or whatever, that was state-of-the-art manufacturing. That was the newness, like,
yep.
None of this stuff was even invented yet as far as making stuff out of this. So it's like, yes, this is state-of-the-art now, but so is that.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's a cool time to be a knife person. It really is. But it was back then too.
Yeah.
It just was different. When the Buck 110 or some of these other knives first came out, they were absolutely cutting edge and people bought them like candy. But it just so happens we've got new things, new toys to play with. And that's what people want. They want the newest, coolest thing. And you've created this vibe that people kind of want to be a part of with these as well. And I think that's super cool. So I'm going to ask you the question you won't answer, but you can answer this anyway in a very generic way, because I know you're not going to answer it in a specific way. But what's next?
What's
not specifically what's
next.
Just
like what's on the horizon?
Yeah. What's got you busy after the big bro's gone? What's got you busy? Just generically.
I can answer that.
Yeah.
What's got me busy right now is the prototyping and implementation of new handle materials.
Okay.
It's kept me busy. I waited a long time for some stuff to come, and it finally came. And just like anything, like I hope it all works out great. And then it's like, okay, some of it worked out great. Some of it didn't work out at all. And some of it needs further refinement. Okay. So it's like further refinement. It's like fit and finish department mostly. So it's like, great. So identify the problems, communicate the problems, start trying to track down the solutions. That means talking to the manufacturer of the materials. That means talking to other people who have worked with the materials, relaying the information over to them, getting them to make changes on their end, maybe send pictures, maybe send a new piece of the material over. It's like, that's more work than I thought. Like it'd be a hell of a lot easier just to say, like, I'm just using carbon fiber now for 4 years. But like, I like a challenge.
Yep, absolutely. And Tim asked you for specifics, but Tim, I don't think he's going to give you that. But
what I would tell you is all those things are possible, because I don't want to rule out anything unless I can't get it to work. Like if I said, like someone asked in Kevin's stream about abalone, like a real abalone.
I did see somebody ask that.
Well, okay, we looked into it, right? It's like that stuff is costing about $50 for a piece that could make 1 or 2 knives. And it's not feasible for that reason. It doesn't come, it's not mass produced, and it's not cost effective. So like probably never see that from me. Wood, titanium, raffia, I think those are all quite suitable for production knives. So
raffia is a beautiful material.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to you. I was going to show you this. This is the copper carbon fiber that Tuya used on the NV4.
I think it's the same stuff Jim Skelton has on his, right?
Man, I don't know, but I've seen the copper carbon like what they had on the Devo Stout, and that was decent. But this stuff has just a gorgeous shine to it. When you move it in the light, it's just pops. It's I don't know. It's probably the same stuff Jim has. I haven't seen that knife. Well, Tuya did that knife, so yes.
Yeah, then it's the same. It's like, okay, does anyone know where to get it?
I don't know. That's the question.
You know what it's called for real?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's to me it's better than the copper carbon fiber that QSP had. I think it's absolutely stunning. Just has a really beautiful look to it. But it's hard. There's so many options, and there's more every day. Me, I'd eventually like to see one of these in a blue camel bone, but that's another story for another day. So
Great Eastern just did that run of I forget the number. Maybe I think it's an 87. It's the one they made the Barlow for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It wasn't an exclusive, but Smoky got the most from the Remington Barlow.
Right.
So they took that pattern and they just did a release. It was a 2-blade jackknife, and they put the camel bone on it. I don't know if you saw those.
I didn't see it.
Cow, dude!
I did not see that.
The variation in color across all, they retailed for I think $225. Very expensive.
Ooh.
But I think the material was expensive, and dude, it blew me away. So
trying to see if I can find it real quick. What color camel bone did they do on them?
Well, they were all different colors. They were like
okay.
blue. They didn't give it a name, the color. I don't know where you might look to see pictures of it, but in the Facebook groups, it was all over the place.
Is this? No, I don't think that's the right one.
It was in the Northfield trim. It had an unexcelled bolster. It was like, I looked at those. I was like, if you can get your hands on one of those, the price of those is only going one direction, and it's up.
Let's see if this is what you're talking about. Maybe I found it. Maybe I found one. Is that
No,
no?
no,
Okay.
no. That's a 77, but it was an 87.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find a picture and text
Yeah,
it.
you're good. You're good. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. You know, it's there. I think the options are many, but I like the fact that you're trying to run it down and make sure that you're going to be set and not end up with an issue, because you and I've had the conversation about some of the natural materials and that they can shrink or expand or whatever and cause cracking or issues or gapping or whatever it is. So it's tough, man. So do your due diligence and make your decision, man, and stick with it.
Yeah. And in the meanwhile, I'll keep running the carbon fiber. It's hard to knock it if it's not your thing. Like from an aesthetic standpoint, I mean, that's certainly personal. That's a matter of taste. But like objectively, fit and finish, this carbon fiber just continues to amaze me how precisely it can be milled and fitted. And it's like, man, if you're a fit and finish guy, then you can geek out over the carbon fiber, because it's almost like it's there you go. There it is.
Yep. Thanks to Tim B.
Yeah.
Tim's always hooking me up.
That one's kind of blue. It just has those like crazy veins going
and
through
I love the way they milled it too, Ben. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, they put a chamfer around the outside.
Yeah, that's
beautiful. They're bigger than I prefer typically.
Gotcha.
But look, dude, that's got big bro vibes. It's just more slender.
Correct.
Like slender, long clip point, but it's still a sleeve board.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm not always the biggest fan of two blade ones, but that's just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. It works.
Yep. All right, where we go here. Man, my computer is giving me fits, but there we go. All right, Ben, what I miss? What else do we need to know about the drop? And then I'll let you roll so you can be ready for your stuff here. So,
well, not much. I would say, it's not like it used to be. There's more knives being produced now, so I wouldn't hesitate, especially if you want a Nebula. I mean, those could sell out over the weekend. But nonetheless, like, it shouldn't be the kind of thing where you got to get one in the first 5 minutes. So,
gotcha.
Just wanted to throw that out there. And we're doing a giveaway. I've been promoting it on Instagram. We promoted it in the Facebook group. We're giving away a sunset orange like the one Casey has. So if you haven't signed up for that, by all means, please do. Maybe Tim can post a link to my link tree. It's linktr.ee/JackWolfKnives. That'll go to my link tree. And then the top link in the link tree is for the giveaway. Pretty self-explanatory. And then if you guys are not in the Facebook group, I'd love it if you would join. It's called Jack Wolf Knives Worldwide. Worldwide is one word. And we have a lot of nice banter in there and lots of cool pictures and stuff, and a really good secondary market for harder to find items.
Yeah, definitely check out that group. That group's pretty active compared to a lot of Facebook groups these days. So very cool.
We try to keep it going. And there's a lot of competition for your attention out there. So we try to keep it going, and we don't have there's no bullshit in there. It drives me crazy, the kind of stuff people feel like they need to post on social media. So you won't have it at my house. When does the giveaway end? I think there's 8 days left in the giveaway, something like that. If you go to the giveaway link and it takes you to a landing page on my website, it shows at the top how many days are left in the giveaway.
Very cool. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Next Saturday, Donnie said.
Okay, there we go. Next Saturday. Yep. Okay. Very cool. Well, Ben, I hope everything goes good. I think Tim corrected you. He said, don't worry about the first 5 minutes, but definitely in the first 12 minutes.
Yeah.
That's good. So, like I said, man, great work, and can't wait to see what's next. I think, everybody thinks they know what's next because they can look at where you are in the catalog and kind of narrow it down. But I always say you got no clue what Ben's got coming. You've thrown me 12 curveballs, and I've guessed maybe 2 right, which isn't a good batting average at all. So I'll keep trying, guys. I'm not joking. There are people, designers, knife companies that give some of us inside information. Ben doesn't give me jack. Okay, so if I tell you I don't know, I actually don't know. There are things that I know about different manufacturers and different things that I will not tell you. So if I and I'll probably tell you, I can't tell you. In Ben's case, I'll tell you I don't know, which is actually kind of cool because then I get to get surprised a little bit.
It's hard. It's hard to keep a secret. It's hard to, not just because you want to tell people, but like sometimes it slips out, or sometimes someone asks you the right set of questions and then they figure it out. You know, it's like trying to keep a surprise party away from someone, you know, is hard. You know, it's easy to figure stuff out. So, you know, we'll keep trying to keep you guys.
Ben does give me Jack. He gives me Jack Wolf. Yes, exactly. Oh, that's good. That's very, very good. And guys, don't forget, I haven't showed it in the live stream, so let me do it real quick. It's not just the knife. You, of course, get this stunning artwork from Sean Tiffany. It's always so good. I showed the little bro artwork and the big bro artwork in my unboxing. Just flipping cool. I really need a shelf. I don't have enough room, but I want a shelf to put all the cans. I need to figure out how to get that done because they're just so cool. Right now, they're just sitting in a closet over here. So really need to put them out somewhere to display. And that's kind of what you've brought to, is just cool. The cool factor.
You know, I want it to be fun.
Yeah.
I want people to have fun. It's all about the experience. It's about joy. And that's what's in that box, is a good time, you know, good vibes, and a 166 batting average.
Yeah. I don't know, Tyler. Ben, do you know if there happens to be any Brittany Blue Javelinas left anywhere?
I'll look it up for you real quick.
So I have one, but you can't have it, Tyler.
I think so. I think so. Let me look.
I think there might be, but yeah, like you said, you have more out there this time. So the last few times, so it's been a little easier to still find them.
Here's where you can get blue javelina. You can get them at Arizona Custom Knives, Circle A Knives, Cutlery Shop, Braid and Lock, and I think White Mountain, OCD for EDC, and PVK.
Wow. So there's still quite a few places, Tyler. So try that out and see if you can get one, man. They are gorgeous. That Brittany Blue is one of my favorites for sure. But I got to tell you, I had no idea the low drag, the 80s camo carbon. I had no idea how much I love that. And that's one of my favorites. It's just kind of it's just got a really cool vibe to it. But
it's fun, man. It's fun.
Yep.
It's just the amount of, like, I don't want to sound patronizing. A lot of people take a lot of this stuff very seriously, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, we got to take our lives so seriously all the time. Like, you got to take your work seriously. You got to take raising your kids seriously, and, you know, taking care of yourself seriously. It's like everything, responsibility. It's like, so in our hobby, I want this to be fun, you know? And I'm not saying that in a way that's like lackadaisical or as if I don't care about really good execution.
Right. You still got the responsibility in there.
I'm serious about delivering you guys an experience that's fun, you know? So to me, it's important, man, especially as, like, the older I get, the more responsibility I have to deal with. It's like you're looking for that little bit of joy in your day every day, you know?
Yep. I agree completely. But yeah, it's just check them out, guys. They are coming. Ben, thank you so much, man, for being on here. I'm going to talk about a couple of more housekeeping things, but I'll let you roll. And I appreciate you very, very much. I hope you have a great sale. And like I said, can't wait to see what's next. And
I apologize I wasn't able to make Monday, so I'm glad you gave me the chance today. I wanted to make sure I connected with you and your audience.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And we had quite a few people in here, so that is really, really cool. So thanks a lot, Ben. All right, guys. Just to wrap this up a little bit, we are gonna. I'm gonna remind you that there will not be KF Live on Monday night. I'm gonna be not available at all Monday night, so there will not be a KF Live Monday night. There will not be a weekend review next Friday. That's the 21st. But then I will pick back up with KF Live that next 24th and month in review that end of that week. So sorry about that. Work and family always have to come first. On the microbursts, I just want to tell you again, I'm trying to get things moving. Like I said, I'm trying not to rush them. I am told they will ship very soon, that they are continue to be in packaging. And I'm waiting for the tracking number. They last time with the pinions, they shipped them and I didn't get the tracking number till a couple days later. So maybe they might have already been shipped. I do not know. I'm just waiting for information. Oh no. Sorry, Tim, but I'm glad you're here now. And Tim B brings up, guys, Apache 3800 case sale, $30 going on at Harbor Freight right now. I may have to get another one at that crazy price. Yeah, David, thank you very much. And you're good, Tim B. I appreciate you, brother. Let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to? Oh, Bluminati Ninja sent back the microburst he was reviewing, and he sent me a big pile of swag. Check that out, guys. I've already got a patch up on the patch board up here, but he's got just some cool. These will be going in. I'll probably pull out a sticker or two for myself, and then I'll put these 3 patches and some of the stickers in swag packs. So thank you, Bluminati, for that. Very, very much so. Guys, over the next few days, again, work stuff and family stuff, I'm not going to be posting a lot of shorts and stuff. There are full-length videos ready every day. You'll have those. You just probably won't have shorts for a few days. And I know a lot of you don't watch the shorts anyway, so you won't care. Today will be, but then for a few days, you're going to see me disappear. Probably won't be posting on Instagram, my carry or any of that stuff for a few days. So just, I'm not dead. I just am busy and in the middle of some really busy stuff. Yeah. Blue Creek has some new Ranger eye patches. So definitely check those out. Tim, am I missing? Are there, I'm trying to think if there was anything else we had talked about that I wanted to mention. There is, I put this up the other day. I am an affiliate with Artisan Cutlery. The Echoes dropped, the Ray Laconico design Echoes, both the button lock and the liner lock. This is the liner lock. You'll see this review, this unboxing come up. I have it scheduled for tomorrow, but I'm thinking I may move it up to 4:00 today, but we'll see. Micarta and really cool blade. Love this knife. This is in the AR RPM 9, and you can use my link and help the channel. There's still the Artisan 10. I'm so bad at front flipping. There we go. I still have the Artisan 10. They still have the Artisan 10 discount, 10% off, and you can use my link and help the channel. So very cool. Oh, I don't think I'm going to say that. You can say that. Well, I'm sorry, Dopey. It'll be back by next Wednesday or so, because just I need to dedicate myself to everything I have going on with, like I said, with family and work over the next few days. It's just the way it is. But yeah, there's a pile. I did want to thank, I don't think he's in here, but Rusty Knife Lover sent me this one. I have done, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reviews this week. I've recorded 10 reviews and about 5 unboxings. and edited them, uploaded them, as well as all the shorts. Didn't get a chance to record this one, and this probably won't get out to Rusty. I mean, to Scab, who's next, till next week. But Rusty, thanks for loaning this to me. I'll get it reviewed and out as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Yes, Savivi and we have their, oh, that's what else I need to say. Savivi and we have their sales going on. And then next week, there's both an O-Buy and an O-Light sale. Now, on Sunday, you will see a couple of videos from me. And then on Tuesday, you'll see a couple of videos from me about O-Light stuff and O-Buy stuff. Just be looking for that. Very cool. I don't know if they've announced everything yet, so I'm not going to show you anything at this point in time just because they've asked me not to. So you will see it next week. And there's some really good sales going on because it's their 16th anniversary of lights. So you're going to see some really cool stuff coming up in that. So be looking for my videos. Oh, one more thing. If I don't, you guys know, I always comment back on every comment on my videos. If I don't do that for 3 or 4 days, that's why. It's not that I'm ignoring you. I just may not be able. I will probably like every comment, but I may not be able to comment on every comment. So if that makes sense. I didn't see that one, Dr. Drew. No, who is that? Dopey. I didn't see the mini barber. Boo. I didn't see that. You can stack discount codes on the Wii sale. Very cool. Okay, Tim. Yeah, they still have asked me not to show anything yet, so I'm going to honor that. But yeah, really cool. Now, I'm not going to mention that right now. We'll deal with that next week. So again, weekend review wise, I had a bunch of knives come in. You guys can see my review is coming up on the J. Kobach. I got to get off here and get back to work anyway. But the J. Kobach Quayback button lock review is coming up on that. Reviews will be up a little bit further on the Wharncliffe Pyrite and the Titanium Pyrite, which, by the way, I told you guys I had a massive amount of button stick that has worn in, and it is now to acceptable for me. So both of these are fantastic knives. I talked about Rusty's knives. These, the Towser K review will come up fairly soon, but not till after I get back in the fold of not being too busy anymore. And then a couple of Kaisers came in, the Kobold 2 and the Sparrow just came in. These will be in the unboxing later today. Really cool knives, interesting shapes, to say the least. So there you go. Blue Creek has the big bros and Blade HQ does as well. White Mountain, Blade HQ. Thank you, Tim. All over the place. And then videos this week, guys. Again, it's good. Things have picked up a little bit this week. I'm actually thinking about keeping the times I'm using, although today's review is kind of, well, hold on. Let me refresh. Today's review is still kind of stuck in the mud, but some of the ones from this week have done a little bit better. Today's review is of that Tuya NV4. Guys, that is a fantastic knife, and it is available. So please check out the review. What else this week? We had that great unboxing from DNK Knives. Check out DNK Knives. Review, boy, I've got so many stacked up here. Review came out on the Kaiser Sheepdog XL in titanium. Fantastic. Review came out on 2 Uncle Henry fixed blades yesterday. What else? Is that everything? No, we had the Kubi Creon review a couple days ago. The failure video on the Concept Egress. Now, for those of you asking, 2 things on that Concept Egress video with where the lock failed. Number one, I sent that one back to David from Blade Banter. He was able to file the lock face to get it to not be as early, to be later. And it is working. According to him, it's fine, but we're not going to pass that one around. They are sending another one to me. And if they do, I'll do a follow-up video on that one. I don't know if it'll be a full review or what it'll be. And it might, hopefully the lock doesn't fail and it'll be a triumph video for them. And we'll see. So yes, Mike Reese, you made it, my friend. Hey, Chris. Oh, wow. Very cool, Chris. Yeah, that's a very good deal for sure. Jaeger M with the captive pivot. I did not. Sounds very cool, Andrew. I still have never experienced a Jaeger. I need to get one at some point. Black aluminum cobalt looks sweet. Yeah, this is the I think, what is this one? This is natural carbon fiber. I mean natural micarta, I believe. Very interesting knife. It has a really interesting shape and profile to it. As you can see, kind of looks like a guy with a mohawk here. A lot of that going around these days. Very cool. So that's about all I had, and I've got to get back to work. I'm getting pinged and binged and dinged and everything else over here. So thank you guys. Be on the lookout for tons. I mean, guys, I am so blessed with the knives I've gotten to check out in the last 2 weeks, and the ones that are on the table right now. Are you kidding me? And you're going to see some really awesome reviews coming up. No, David, I'm not doing that, brother. Like I said, I got to take a few days off of it, and it's all good. But for those of you that think this is easy, some people have said to me, oh, it's just doing a YouTube channel. This takes up a ton of time. It's a second full-time job. It really is. Between this and Tempest, it's more than a second full-time job. So, but it is what it is. Thank you guys. And I have fun with it, or I wouldn't do it. There's definitely a lot of fun that goes with it every day, all day long. So thank you, Tim. And again, speaking of blessed, I'm blessed by all you folks and your kindness and your friendship. And I really appreciate it. So I've got to hop off here. I got stuff to do. So thank you each so much. Give me a thumbs up on your way out. If you watch the video after, please hit that comment. Give me a comment. And guys, thank you so much for watching the Knives Fast channel. Bye, everybody. Wow. Can't talk. See you.